Bring us your baffling.
Bring us your audacious.
We want your sticky notes, sketchbooks, and scribbles. Let's pin them to the wall, kick them around.
Kick them around, see what happens.
Because we're in the how do I get this startup off the ground business.
The taking your business, global business.
We're in the problem-solving business. 400,000 people.
Ready to help you solve problems while they're still called opportunities.
From figuring it out to getting it done.
We're here to help.
Welcome to another edition of Zips Weekly. I'm your host, David Suntup. We'll take a look back at the past week in Zips athletics, including Akron softball finally playing its first home games of the season. Akron baseball headed to Ball State, looking to win another MAC series behind its talented trio, the weekend rotation. And the Akron track and field team hosted the Northeast Ohio Quad and competed against Kent State and other area schools. We start off with Akron softball playing its first two home games of the season. The Zips dropped both games of their doubleheader versus St. Francis with a 4-2 loss in Game 1 and a 9-2 loss in the second game. In the first game, freshman Caitlin Gambone had 2 hits, while Alyssa Nicholas drove in a run with an RBI single. In Game 2, Nicholas went 2 for 2 and drilled a home run to drive in Akron's only runs of the game. The Zips fell to 12-15 after the 2 losses. Akron lost its first MAC home game after a 4-3 loss to Eastern Michigan. Erin Seiler had a career-high 14 strikeouts, while center fielder Taryn Allman hit a 2-run homer in the 6th to tie the game at 3. It wasn't enough, though, after Eastern Michigan took the lead in the 7th with a solo homer. The Zips split a pair of games against Central Michigan after a 1-0 loss on Saturday and a 4-3 win on Sunday. Erin Seiler allowed just 1 hit and an unearned run in Saturday's loss, while Caitlin Gambone had one of Akron's 3 hits. In Sunday's game, Seiler struck out 5 to earn the win, while Chelsea Wildy and Taryn Allman each went 2 for 3. The Zips scored the go-ahead run in the 4th inning on a wild pitch. The win on Sunday helped Akron improve to 13-17 overall, including 1-4 in MAC play, and snapped a 6-game slide. You guys snap a 6-game losing streak, first MAC victory of the year. What was going through your minds when you saw your whole team run out to celebrate after the final out was recorded?
You know, we've been working really, really hard, and we've been so close the past 2 days, to getting over the hump. Even at Northern Illinois in that last game, we were down and we tied it back up 8-8, and then we just couldn't hold it. But, Erin started it. She had a great weekend. The kids have been working really hard. They've been studying their swings. They've been taking extra cuts. They've been doing everything. They've come with a great attitude. Last Tuesday, after we lost to St. Francis, I told them that what I needed them to do, and they did it. And we knew that they were going to break through eventually. We just needed to get that little monkey off our back, and now it's roll time. And I'm really happy for them. I'm happy that they're sticking with the process. I'm happy that they are working at it and coming with energy. That's really important. 23 innings, 24 strikeouts, no earned runs. Those are the numbers that John Valek, JT Brubaker, and John Pusateri combined for an Akron series win over Toledo last week. The weekend trio led the Zips to Ball State, with Akron looking to take another MAC series. Akron started off the week with a 3-2 loss at Canisius on Wednesday. Chris Simonton and Brian Lees both drove in runs in the 6th inning, while freshman Josh Lapiana pitched 4 scoreless innings out of the bullpen. The loss dropped the Zips to 12-14. Akron split the first 2 games of its doubleheader at Ball State last Saturday. The Zips fell 4-1 in Game 1, but responded with a 13-5 win in the second game. John Valek suffered the loss in the first game, despite another strong performance. The lefty allowed 3 runs and struck out 3 in 7 1/3 innings.
In Game 2, the Zips bats exploded for a season-high 13 runs and a 13-5 victory. Dom Euro continued his strong sophomore season after going 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs, while Joey Haverlack and Alex Dorenzo each went 3 for 4 with 2 runs batted in. JT Brubaker allowed 2 earned runs in 7 innings and recorded 6 strikeouts for his second straight win. The Zips dropped the rubber game 7-4 to Ball State on Sunday. The Cardinals scored 3 runs in the 7th to break a 3-all tie. John Pusateri suffered the loss after allowing 5 runs, just 2 earned in 6 1/3 innings. Akron falls to 13-16 overall and 5-4 in MAC play after losing its first conference series of the season. The Akron track and field team hosted the Northeast Ohio Quad in its first outdoor home meet of the season, with a chance to compete against rival Kent State, Youngstown State, and Ashland. Here's Dennis Mitchell to recap a successful 2 days.
Well, it was a good opportunity to compete at home and give yourself a chance to, get some good little tiny performances here. It was a little tough because the weather was a little crazy, but it gave a whole team to be together and compete as a team, try to score well as a team, and we had some really good performances. I really liked, especially yesterday in the 4x4 at the end there with Mike Olheimer running that, really crazy anchor leg there. We had Jordan Latimer getting a good long jump in on his last attempt there. We had Phil Yeagers getting a big throw in the discus on 181. Very, very pleased with that mark. Skylar Willis had a great meet yesterday. She was a little rough coming in. We're really happy she had a good meet. And plus today, she did pretty good today as well, especially in the 100 hurdles coming through there. Again, Clayton Murphy controlling things and in his race, and Kyle Cochran. And of course, then today with Claudia, she did really well in the high jump, going as high as she did there at what was about 6'1½". It's a pretty good jump in a little small meet like this, and so it was nice because her parents were here from Spain to watch her, so it was a lot of fun. And then Sean Barber, we just had him doing some short approaches. We're training really hard right now, and physically it's a little beat up because we got to get him ready for the next part of the season. So we had a little fun there jumping, at some bars there and getting 18.3. So we got some, out of Matt rolling. We think we got a first round mark out of him as well. And that's part of the thing we're trying to do here at this meet as well, is get some first round marks in. So.
Anything about Jess's throw today? I mean, it was a pretty good throw.
In the javelin? Yeah, coming through on her last throw, throwing, a much better throw there. And, she's, and a little rough out there again with the rain. Winds weren't always the best, but again, she got herself a good throw and a mark that will definitely get her in the first round of nationals and set her up here in the next couple weeks when we get to some big meets. But the big thing about this meet is really it's a team effort, scoring in the meet, doing well against our Northeast Ohio rivals, and I felt like our team did a good job there.
Akron tennis dropped a pair of matches at Western Michigan and Ball State this past weekend. Olga Skandina, Ari Blanova, and Shannon Nunes each won singles matches at Ball State. The Zips fall to 9-11 and 1-5 in the MAC. Our Zips Student Athlete of the Week is Claudia Garcia Zhao. The senior high jumper set a school record and Style Athletics Fieldhouse record in the women's high jump with her leap of 6 feet and 1.5 inches. Coming up this week in Zips Athletics, Akron baseball hosts Northern Illinois in its second MAC home series of the season. Akron softball plays at Kent State as part of the PNC Wagon Wheel Challenge.
That wraps up this edition of Zips Weekly. Tune in next week as we recap Akron baseball's home MAC series against Northern Illinois. Thanks so much for watching. I'm David Suntup for GoZips.com.